This is a Fox News alert. Lawmakers believe Russia may still be withholding important information about the Boston bombing suspects, but some new information is emerging that the U.S. government never heard the specifics of phone calls intercepted by Russia. Chief Intelligence Correspondent Catherine Herridge has more on what we knew when on that, but also some breaking news about what's inside the actual bombs that were found. Catherine.
Well, that's right, Brett. Good evening. A source familiar with the Boston investigation confirms to Fox that female DNA was found on Boston bomb components, but is cautioning against drawing any conclusions.
As the FBI searched the Rhode Island home where Tamerlan's widow is staying, investigators remain focused on the Tsarnaev family and their mother's possible role in the elder son's radicalization. There's a stark contrast between Zubidat Tsarnaev, who has defended her sons at multiple news conferences, and this family photo taken before they sought asylum in the U.S. The mother wears Western clothing as she holds Tamerlan, then a toddler, on her lap. An intelligence source confirmed that the evidence in 2011 against the mother and elder son included phone recordings by the Russians. One call was between the mother and a suspected extremist. This level of detail was not known to the U.S. government when the initial queries were made in 2011 to the CIA and FBI. Asked if the president is comfortable with the level of cooperation from Russia, the White House spokesman offered generalities.
Cooperation like this is important, and it is the kind of cooperation that we have with governments around the world and allies and partners around the world because the terrorism threat is a global problem, not a national one.
When the Russians contacted the FBI and CIA 2 years ago, the intelligence source said both the Bureau and the agency were told of Moscow's concerns that Tamerlan and his mother were followers of radical Islam. Both had become increasingly extreme in their religious views, and that Tamerlan was planning an overseas trip to join an extremist group. Lawmakers say Russia's decision not to immediately share the intelligence about the phone calls reflects long-standing tensions.
The Russians did not give us all the information they had. One of the reasons is they still don't trust us and we don't trust them. They felt if they gave us more information, I guess we would be on to their sources and methods.
Speaking to the Anti-Defamation League, the Attorney General warned against singling out the Muslim community as he promised a thorough investigation.
Just as we will pursue relentlessly anyone who would target our people or attempt to terrorize our cities, the Justice Department is firmly committed to protecting innocent people against misguided acts of retaliation.
Separately, a congressional source briefed on the case confirms to Fox that there are a handful of individuals the FBI wants to speak with to determine if the accused bombers had help leading up to and immediately after the attacks April 15th. Brett.
And Catherine, just about the DNA inside the bomb components. So what they're saying is female DNA?
Correct. Female DNA has been found on the bomb components. Really, for the last 10 days, the FBI has been analyzing the bomb components at their crime lab in Quantico, Virginia. And that's one of the findings. It doesn't necessarily mean this is a sinister finding, but it has to be run down to determine whether there was another individual beyond the brothers who was involved in making those bombs. It could be a simple explanation, like some of the components when they were bought in, let's say, a home hardware store, were handled by a female clerk. That is just not known at this time. But they must find out whether this DNA belongs to someone in their immediate circle.
Okay, the persons of interest. It's
all
interesting.
comes together, yeah.
Yeah, we'll follow all of it. Thank you, Catherine.
You're welcome.